Dropbox is one of the most popular cloud storage tools for businesses from small to enterprise. Like every software option, though, there are pros and cons to Dropbox that may or may not make it the right choice for your organization. One of the best ways to decide if Dropbox is right for you is to look at reviews from real users so that we can examine their use cases, along with the top pros and cons of each software option. Dropbox has over 1,700 ratings and reviews from verified users on TrustRadius, so there's a lot of data to pore over. We've synthesized some of the key findings from each of these reviews to make your purchasing decision as simple as possible. In the last year, over 50% of reviews for Dropbox have been from small businesses. This makes sense since Dropbox also offers Dropbox Business, which caters more to larger enterprises. That said, the average score for Dropbox among the 20% of enterprises that reviewed it was still an 8.1 out of 10. So if you're a larger business, you should certainly consider Dropbox Business, but if you have branches of your organization with smaller storage needs, Dropbox can still be a viable option that you should consider. Dropbox is a widely applicable software that can be valuable in a variety of organizations. This is reflected in the businesses that review it most often. Computer software, higher education, and marketing and advertising are the most common industries seen in Dropbox reviews. So it's a pretty big variety, and this is because Dropbox can be a valuable tool to any business that needs to store and share documents. Dropbox excels at several features. Over 400 plus reviews, Dropbox scored a 9 or higher for the following features: performance, reliability, access control, file organization, device management, and device sync. There are no areas where Dropbox is rated particularly low either. Its lowest average feature score is 8.5 for document collaboration. So Dropbox is a well-rounded software that covers all the essential features for cloud storage solutions and excels at document and device management. By aggregating user reviews, we are able to see which Dropbox features are most important to users and which ones are holding the software back from a higher score. Over reviews in the last year, the top two most appreciated features were usability, which appeared in over 35% of reviews, and device syncing, which appeared in over 25% of reviews. When users mentioned ease of use, they specifically called out Dropbox's good user interface on both the desktop and mobile application, as well as strong search functionality that helped users find the files they needed. When it came to device syncing, users loved how simple it was to sync files to multiple devices. So using Dropbox, you can work on a document on your home computer, leave the house, and see the changes reflected on your phone at the office. As with any software, Dropbox is not without its flaws. Reviewers noted high costs compared to competitors in over 20% of reviews. Similarly, weak collaboration features were mentioned in about 15% of reviews. Specifically, users frequently called out file previews as a weak feature of Dropbox and felt that they had to download most files to get an accurate idea of the contents instead of just looking at the previews. With all of this in mind, Dropbox reads as a strong tool for sharing documents and syncing them between multiple devices. On the other hand, if you're looking for a more budget-friendly or free cloud storage option, or one with strong collaboration tools, it could be worth considering alternative options. Beyond looking at an aggregate of review data from Dropbox, here are some specific quotes from user reviews. Andy Ryan, an engineer for a marketing company, had this to say about Dropbox. "I think in most cases, with the circles that I run in, that Dropbox is a great solution. It works on all kinds of devices and also from a web browser. It can hold any kind of file you want to throw in it, and the sync options are robust and work really well. It's amazing for people who work remotely like I do." Veronika Baranovska, an inbound marketing manager, said this about comparing Dropbox to one of its main competitors, Google Drive. "Our business switched to Google Drive, which is free. However, the search function and folder structure is pretty messy. If cost were no object for the company, I'd choose Dropbox in a heartbeat, just like I do for my personal work." And lastly, Charles Combs, a head of marketing, said this about Dropbox's support and security. "Any business that needs to sync files and create shareable folders should consider Dropbox Business. We once lost hundreds of files because we didn't set our employee permissions properly, and someone accidentally deleted an important folder from their desktop. The Dropbox support team worked with us to figure out the day and time this happened and then rolled back our account to fix the issue. It feels good to know that even when we mess up, our files are still safe and accessible." If you want to read what more reviewers have to say about Dropbox and its competitors, consider checking out TrustRadius.com. All reviews published on TrustRadius are from verified software users who share their thoughts based on their use case and experience. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more content like it, consider hitting the subscribe button so that you never miss an upload.